Hey, Kevin Wright here. I thought you'd be interested in a question that came up at one of my recent Monday morning Q&A sessions. I go out live on YouTube at 8:30 every Monday morning, and a bunch of people jump on and ask me questions about property finance, and I answer them. So watch this video to see what answer I gave to this question. Do you need to own your own property, whether mortgaged or not, before you can get a buy-to-let property mortgage? Good question. And the answer is, strictly speaking, no, you don't. You don't need to already own a property to be able to get a buy-to-let mortgage. But you do need to own a property to be able to get a buy-to-let mortgage and have a wide choice of lenders. And let me explain why that is. There's a principle in mortgage lending. There's a few of them, but here's one. Mortgage lenders trust the normal and distrust the abnormal. What is normal to them in terms of process of becoming a property owner? What's normal to them is that you buy a property to live in first. That's normal. And subsequent to that, whether it's a few months or a few years, you decide you want to buy a property as an investment to rent out. That's all normal. They understand that. That's how most people do it. Now, what's abnormal is saying, I don't own a property at all, but I want to buy one and rent it out. They're thinking, that doesn't sound right. Why would you want to do that? Now, it might fit your logic, but it doesn't fit their logic. So let's drill down and look at that. So whenever someone says that to a lender, hey, I don't own a property, but I don't want to buy a property to live in. I just want to buy one and rent it out. They're immediately suspicious. Main residence mortgage lending is very tightly regulated. It's all based on how much you can prove you earn, what your commitments are, and what your lifestyle expenses are. Jumble that together, come up with some sort of formula as lenders do, and here's how much you can borrow. Now that's quite strict. Your personal income for buy-to-let mortgages is more lenient. So buy-to-let lenders, as long as you earn 25 grand a year, you can have, within reason, pretty much any value property you want. 25 grand a year, you can have 200, 300, maybe even 400 grand buy-to-let mortgage. So in other words, the difference is a main residence mortgage is linked strictly to your income and expenditure. A buy-to-let mortgage isn't. So what mortgage lenders have observed is there's a whole bunch of people that have worked out this angle, and over previous years, they've closed that loophole now. So over previous years, they're thinking, I want a 250 grand mortgage. My income doesn't cover it. I'm never going to get a 250 grand mortgage as a main residence property. I know. I found the way around that. I'll say I'm going to rent it out. I'm saying it's a buy-to-let mortgage, and then the mortgage lender's going to say, do you earn 25 grand a year? Yes, I do. Yes, I do earn 25 grand a year. Okay. Now, 25 grand a year, 250 grand mortgage, that's a 10 times your income mortgage. And there is no lender in the UK that gives you 10 times your income or anywhere close to 10 times your income on a main residence mortgage. So this sneaky person, and there's been plenty of them in the past, says, yes, I want to rent it out. They get their 250 grand buy-to-let mortgage and promptly move in. And they've got a mortgage on a property by the back door that they could never have got by the front door. So lenders have got wise to this. The vast majority of buy-to-let lenders have a rule that says no first-time applicants. So if you, or even no, doesn't matter if you've already owned a property and sold it. You have to be a current property owner for the majority of buy-to-let lenders to be able to get a mortgage. I think I've done a video on this as well, actually. So check that out. I'm sure I've done how to get a buy-to-let for first-time buy-to-let mortgage lenders. If I haven't, maybe I should. Your lending choices, Oncar, are substantially reduced, because you cannot go to all the lenders that say, haha, we know what we think you're up to. You don't want to rent it out at all. You want to live in it, don't you? So you can't go to any of those lenders. What you can do is go to, and it's probably no more than a handful of lenders that actually say, yeah, okay, yeah, we get that. You might want to, maybe you're still living at home with your parents and you don't want to move out, maybe. So yeah, we can get that you might want to rent out your first property. Okay, but, and here's the but, we're not going to apply the same rules as every other buy-to-let lender, that all you've got to do is earn 25 grand a year and hey, you get your mortgage, you get your 250 grand mortgage. No, we're not doing that. What we're going to say is we're going to underwrite it exactly like we would do if you were buying it for yourself to live in. So your 25 grand a year, we're only going to give you the size mortgage that you could get if you were going to buy it to live in. So that way, they've made sure you're not screwing the system. Now, if you found that question and my answer interesting, there's a whole load more of this that goes on a Monday morning. Now, you can either log in through YouTube, or you can join my Facebook group, Recycle Your Cash for Property Investors, and get it streamed through there. The link is on this page. And if you want access to my whole back catalogue of Q&As, which is well over 50 hours of viewing time, then I've got a way to do that. Join Fiverr Tribe and you can get access to that back catalogue with a simple word search facility. So just type in the question that you want answers to and it'll come up on screen almost instantaneously all the times that I've mentioned your particular keyword. It's like having a property finance Wikipedia, I guess. How do you access this? By joining my Fiverr Tribe. Click the link on the page and guess what? It's a £5 a month. So I look forward to seeing you at future Q&As.